This isn't, I don't think this is like town hall. I don't remember. This isn't quite the Capitol building, but it's smack dab in the middle of Capitol District, which is really cool. That's some neat stuff, so.
Is that Roosevelt?
I don't know if it's Roosevelt. Yeah, so just got here. Tomorrow we start the through hike. Tonight is final prep and getting everything squared away. Just making sure our packs are done properly. It's really nice having this screen on here now, because then I can actually see what I look like. So that's impressive. This is it. This is the start. Oh man, I'm nervous. Can't say I've seen many tugboats in Buffalo. I've done like summits and big trips and stuff like that, but I've never done distance. So this will be interesting.
You really need to get that on camera of just you picking your nose.
I had an itch.
She's gonna have to take that out in post-op now.
Oh no, I'm gonna leave that in. Everyone's gonna see that. Here we go.
My pack feels good now.
Oh yeah,
so
it does.
Excited.
Day one, walking over to the pedestrian bridge to go over to Corning. The hustle and bustle of city life. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. Danny's like super stoked. My family's weird. Where is it? Is it right here? Oh yeah. The only gas station that matters. I'm gonna get so much chocolate milk. Oh, we are off. We have started. 8:47.
You should turn it, like, tilt it so I can be in the shot, because I'm sure
it is. We have 362 miles until we get back to Buffalo. Bye.
Ooh, Princess Way.
Goodbye. Oh my God.
I think she's telling me.
Love you too. But we'll have plenty of time to like check out the cities as we go past, stuff like that. Have a nice long 0 day in Syracuse and eat lots of food and just be fat. But yeah. Just passing by, we didn't realize what this was until we went by the front door. United States Army Bennett Laboratories. Military research, I think. I don't know. But they had an M1 Abrams outside, which was kind of cool. Green Island Power Authority, actually. Really, really old building. I mean, there's like, it looks a lot like a church because there's like, you know, headstones and stuff like that, but it's got some really pretty stained glass. It's kind of hard to see because it's midday and the sun is kind of hitting it in a weird way. Yeah, it's like palm trees and like a beach or something. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Yep, we're walking through the town of Green Islands right now. It's a little warm now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but that's the problem. Is like I'm afraid like the clouds are gonna come over and I'm gonna be freezing cold and I'm gonna want to put stuff back on. I don't want to take the pack off because I don't want to take the pack off. Yeah. This is it. The west-north junction of the Empire State Trail, which means that way is Buffalo. Please don't tear my head off, Mr. Bird. Whoa. Jesus.
Okay, we can take this again.
Wow, that is cool. 13 miles, and we're right on the banks of the Mohawk. This was totally worth it. So I was just like, oh, this is along the way. It says on Google Maps, looks fine. I'll just do this. Talk about luck. We're gonna get some water, set up the stove, probably cook a meal. We got potatoes, and I got some wonton noodles I'm gonna chuck in there.
Instant potatoes, for the record.
Oh yeah, Idahoan,
So
the best spud. Cook some food, get some water, pitch a tent once sun goes down a little more, but we're probably gonna rest up real good, because tomorrow we got about the same amount. We're kind of easing into it, so cool stuff. End of day 2, though it's only about 3 p.m. It was a rough day. It was a really rough day. I don't know. She was having a hard time. I think it's because this is her first like real continuous hike. Like she's done day hiking and stuff like that, but she hasn't done consistent miles in the amount of time that I've taken off of work. We have to do at least a minimum of 13 miles a day, and that also includes 1 0 day in the middle in Syracuse. So she's hurting. We're only 4 miles short of where we were supposed to be for tonight. Seeing if she's gonna wave. We're only 4 miles short of where we were supposed to be for tonight. So we're going to push to Schenectady. We're gonna see how she feels tomorrow and hopefully kind of gradually work into it. I might have to take off an extra couple days of work. Hopefully it's not gonna be a problem if it comes to that, but we'll see. I'm hoping she'll warm up to it and things will go better tomorrow. It is the morning. It's currently 6:51 on the 9th of May, 2021. And the hike continues. So I am currently just about to cross 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct here. Well, I don't think it's outside of, I think it's in Camillus. Really cool spot. Essentially what happened was, started out, Danielle was going kind of slow. It was a real struggle. We were getting miles done each day, but not nearly what we needed to be doing. 3 days in, we get caught in a really nasty lightning and thunderstorm, and we decide we're gonna get a hotel room because everything is absolutely soaked. The tent probably wouldn't hold up to that volume of rain coming down constantly. So we got the hotel room. We got to Lock 9, 7.5 miles up the trail, and the wind just started going. I mean, we're talking 60-mile-an-hour gust. We couldn't pitch the tent because it was just gonna get torn in half. Ultralight backpacking tents are not made for that kind of wear and tear. We knew we had to take shelter somewhere. The guys at Lock 9 were actually the lock keepers, are actually nice enough to let us stay in the lock house. So that's what we did. And it was a rough night. Hunkered down in Lock 9 for the night, and promptly after that, I got very sick. I couldn't hold any food down, I couldn't hold any water down. It just kept coming up. It was horrible. We had a really short day because the next morning it was like 30 degrees, way colder than we were anticipating for this time of year. I started shivering uncontrollably. I still hadn't eaten or drank anything, and I had zero energy. Luckily, that day was actually a resupply day. Went back home, rest for a couple of days. So we thought, what's the best way to make up miles? Leapfrog the cars. So we're going to hike the opposite direction, pick up the last car, move 2 parking spaces or parking areas ahead, and then just keep going back for the previous car and keep moving ahead. In order to make time, we would have had to have done like 25 miles a day. She was already really tired as it was. We came back to Syracuse. I'm out here on my own. I'm gonna move on to Buffalo. It was kind of a hard decision, but it was a decision she made nonetheless. So yeah, now it's just me. And especially to have your partner, your only partner, stay behind while you continue ahead. I'm not looking forward to being out here alone. I don't blame her. You know, doing this kind of stuff was never easy, but that was kind of the point of it. Yeah, kind of sucks.
Horses, sheep, cattle are not very dear. We can feast on fat buffaloes half of the year. Whilst here I must labor each day in the field, and the winter consumes all the summer doth yield.
Well, I'm in Jordan. I mean, you can see all the old stone and stuff. This was lock 51. I don't know. There's so many of them. Info sign thing here. I like the fact that these are around every town because then you can read a little bit. Yeah, pretty cool. My glasses are fogging up because I'm working up a little bit of sweat. I want to point out the fact that this trail, even though it's relatively short, it's really cool. Like, you see like a big diverse ecosystem, lots of snapping turtles, lots of blue herons, beavers, woodchucks, a whole ton of different like animals that live out here. The thing that makes it hard is this: long flat stretches of absolutely nothing and no one. It's just like, God, I'm glad I have headphones. I should be to Port Byron pretty soon, and then it's all road walking. Yippee. God, I look like such a dope. It is the morning of the 11th. I'm here again at Loch Berlin, and it is very, very cold. So much condensation in my tent, the down in my quilt keeps gathering up. It's making for kind of a miserable sleeping conditions. It's a lot colder than it usually is. So, oh, and my forward-facing screen just died, so I'm gonna have to go without that for the meantime. Have some breakfast and then hopefully get warm again because I'm absolutely freezing. So, yeah. It's a little breezy right now. I don't know what this is doing for my audio, so I'm gonna try and remember to speak up a little bit. This doesn't normally happen to me, but last night I pitched my tent, and I don't know if I camped a couple miles outside of Medina, because I know there's, you know, I know there's these nice like shoulders that are really grassy. These are perfect camping spots. I pitched a tent last night. I tried to go to sleep, and I'm just like, I'm hearing shit. It's freaking me out. I don't normally get skittish when it comes to like hearing noises off in the woods. It constantly felt like there was something outside of my tent. And I reached for my headlamp to get out and take a look, and my black diamond headlamp wasn't turning on. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, come on, don't not work in this situation. And so I'm sitting there freaking out like there's something outside of my tent. I'm not gonna be able to see what it is. It's gonna like, for a split second, I'm like, it's gonna come in and kill me. I finally got the light working. I went outside and there's nothing there. I don't know what it was, man, but I wasn't doing really good last night. So I'm on my way to Lockport and then figure out some place to camp between there and downtown. I should probably stop I can't talk. I should probably stop babbling and just get walking.
When the God of creation fashioned our land, the wonders of nature he did understand. The choicest of these in hand he did take when he fashioned the region round Blue Mountain Lake. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Mountains in their splendor round this Eden rise. The pines with their branches that point to the skies. Disease is not cured by potions or pills, and the strength of our God is the strength of our hills. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Mitchell Canfield, he kept our shanty, as mean an old grouch as you ever did see. He'd lay round the shanty all day, and at night, if a man said a word, he was ready to fight. Derry down, 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 Derry down. At last the bright, happy new year it did come. The boys had some whiskey and meant to have fun. Some played the fiddle, some danced and some sang, while the walls of the shanty to their music rang. Derry down, 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 Derry down. At the stroke of 11, old Mitchell did say, we've had enough racket.
They got some cool stuff here. I actually spent the night on, I think this, not the Sullivan, the bigger one. I don't remember the name. Oh, and done. Up spoke Patsy McDonough. Oh my God. I am back after a couple days of rest on Monday the 24th. Bit over a week left to finish this, which is more than enough time. As you may be able to tell, I have a Gregory pack on. This is my go-to day pack. My mother has been kind enough to offer to crew me for the next couple days so I can go faster and not carry as much crap on me. So I'm in Fultonville right now, which is about 110-ish miles outside of Syracuse. Danny's not here. It's kind of the reason why my mother has offered to crew me, is because Danielle is gone. So I think she realized I kind of needed the moral support. A lot of people would probably think, oh, that's not really a through hike because you skipped a chunk. But I'm going back and doing it, and I'm doing it all in one attempt. A lot of stuff came up. A lot's gone wrong. I'm not fussing about that. This is still a through hike. So I'm gonna shut up, get the camera put away, and get walking.
Further than the human eye can see. continues to explore without any fear. And every day that passes by, it feels more like home as we watch our love grow.
This is one of the cooler places. This is like right in the heart of Little Falls. Untamed New York jungle. Just to see all the like rock formations and stuff. Ew. Ew. Ah, mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let him go. Yeah. Bit of walking in paradise. Paradise if you could pitch a tent somewhere. So that's the one thing is that I hate is like, I wish there's enough room here to pitch a tent. I would love to spend the night here. There we go. This is where the canal was first started under construction. That's the plaque for it. And there it is, right there. That's it. Just this kind of dirty ditch that's sitting in the middle of nowhere, but this is it. This is where it all started. In 2025 will be the 200th anniversary. And I might, depending on how I'm feeling, I might have something special I want to do for that. But I've actually got less than 50 miles. Next like 20 some odd miles, well actually until I get to the outskirts of Syracuse, I'm gonna be right next to the old gal the whole way. Woo! Oh, holy crap! Day's almost done. I don't have a ton left. Actually, I really don't. It's 3:38 in the afternoon. And I think I only got like 6 miles left planned for the day, which is fantastic. This is it, the last day on the trail. Knees and my ankles are trying to get limber up. I'm a little cold. It dipped down pretty low last night, so final day, 18 days worth of hiking, 362 miles worth of travel. And it's incredible to think I've managed to cross the entire state from Albany all the way to Buffalo. It's been an amazing opportunity, and seeing all these different places is amazing. It's really demanding. I don't really know what else to say. So I guess I'll just keep walking, as I always do. How's it going? There we go. Got Bob and Paps. And that's the end. That's it. No, I don't want more steps. It's painful and it hurts. There we go. And done. It's done. Oh, thank you. Oh. 362 miles. It's all done. I was going down that way like 2 weeks ago. Here's to the canal.
Now you're a double end-to-ender.
That's right. And one of a handful of people, a literal handful, that's thru-hiked it. My feet hurt, my legs hurt, my head hurts. I've got like no emotional pull left. This little fucking thing feels like, it feels like it's the only thing I've got left. It feels like the movie just let out and yesterday was just some wild kind of epic dream. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I've a mind to quit farming, I'll tell my sweetheart. I've a mind to forsake my plow and my cart. Off to Wisconsin on a journey I'll go, to double my fortunes as other folks do. Whilst here I must labor each day in the field, and the winter consumes all the summer doth yield.